I have always been told, and I say this I've said on the air many times, you and I are friends, and I have great respect for you. I've always been told that a good doctor is never threatened if you ask for a second opinion. He welcomes that because he wants to do the best for the patient. Is it possible that with the changed focus of this campaign, with the attacks in Paris and now in San Bernardino, and the increased emphasis on foreign policy experience and being commander-in-chief, that maybe you're not the right fit at this point?
Well, you know what I would say to that, Chris, is I think of all the people running, I've probably had the most experience making critical life and death decisions, probably far more 2 a.m. calls than anybody else, and have a record of solving complex problems. And let's let the American people decide whether that is the right combination, or maybe the right combination is somebody who's, has spent a lot of time talking about stuff. We'll see.
Finally, with the 2 terrorists in San Bernardino having assembled an amazing arsenal with semi-automatic rifles, semi-automatic pistols, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and about a dozen pipe bombs, there's a renewed debate, at least in the case of the guns, about gun control. Is there anything, Dr. Carson, that you would do to restrict people's access to semi-automatic weapons or to these high-capacity magazines?
Well, California has some of the strictest gun control laws, and the semi-automatic weapons that were used were banned. The magazines were banned. It was a gun-free zone, and yet it still happened. We need to start looking and thinking about things that preserve the right of Americans, their Second Amendment rights, but then have a positive effect in terms of getting guns out of the hands of terrorists and people who are mentally unstable. That's what we need to be looking at. And whenever we have these discussions, we need to put the 2 things up side by side. Second Amendment rights, ability to screen and keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of unstable people. Put those up together and then work toward a solution that accomplishes both of those goals.
Dr. Carson, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Always good to talk with you.